Since the game debuted in late 2017, Fortnite Battle Royale has been at the forefront of gaming and has bled into mainstream outlets like news, television, movies, and other medias like no other game beforehand. Fortnite has seemingly taken over the entire world and has become an absolute phenom in the gaming scene. So that poses the question, what exactly would happen if Fortnite just went away one day? What if you woke up tomorrow and when you turned on your PC or your console or whatever else, the game just simply didn't exist? It was erased completely. We got a small taste of that experience during the end event at the end of Season X, as the black hole kept us waiting and anxious for a little while, but ultimately Season 1 of Chapter 2 went live. But during that downtime, everyone and their mother was going ballistic, freaking out, and wondering if Fortnite was actually coming to an end. There were people breaking monitors, throwing away their gaming equipment, and losing their minds, all because Fortnite was down for about a day or so. So imagine what would happen if the game just randomly disappeared and was gone forever, seemingly out of the blue. Well, today we're actually going to be breaking that down as we discuss 10 things that could and would likely happen if Fortnite were to go offline permanently. So if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like on it, and let's get into the list. Number 1. The internet would break. Like I said in the intro, when the black hole screen flooded into the homes of millions of Fortnite fans at the end of Season X, everyone was freaking out. It seemed like Fortnite was trending for 24 hours plus straight, and there were hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people watching the black hole streams to see if the end was actually happening, or if by some miracle the servers would come back online. Lo and behold, they did, and everyone breathed a sigh of relief. But if the servers were to go offline abruptly and say stay offline for 30 hours without any word from Epic, people would start to worry. Then we'd hit that 40-hour mark and people would really start to think that something weird was going on. Then we get to 50 hours and 60 hours and so on, and at that point everyone would be talking about why Fortnite is down, where Epic Games is at, and why it is that Fortnite is no longer playable. You would see tweet after tweet talking about why it was down. You'd see video after video discussing various theories as to what exactly was going on, and you'd see stream after stream counting down until it could potentially return. And eventually, people would come to the realization that it just might not ever return. But safe to say, the internet would absolutely go nuts if Fortnite suddenly disappeared. Number 2. Epic Games would get a ton of hate. Epic is already on the receiving end of quite a bit of criticism with various updates that they put into the game. But that is just kind of the business, you can't please everyone, as they say, and Epic certainly hasn't pleased everyone so far. But they have pleased a ton of people, and that's something that seems to be harder and harder to do these days. But that said, good grief, they would please very few people, and I mean a very, very small amount of people, if they just up and deleted Fortnite. You'd have every content creator, you'd have every competitive player, and every Fortnite fan sending hate towards Epic Games, some probably more harsh than others, but the company would have hate letter after hate letter, angry tweet after angry tweet, etc., etc. And it probably wouldn't stop for quite some time. Number 3. Content creators would be in trouble. Obviously, Fortnite has given careers to a ton of content creators. The amount of people who now stream Fortnite, upload Fortnite videos, and just create Fortnite content in general for a full-time job is a staggering number. And if the game were to suddenly disappear, well then all of those Fortnite-based content creators would suddenly be at a big loss for content. Now, most of the biggest streamers and content creators out there are followed for their personality. People like Ninja, Courage, Tim, Lachlan, and the like have built communities upon the creator and not so much the content. But at the same time, there's also a lot of creators that have communities based around the content, and for those creators, that's where some big problems could come into play if Fortnite were to no longer exist. They'd probably get a few nice videos out of the game being down at first, but after a few days or so, those channels would be in very big trouble if they couldn't think of something quick. Number 4. There would be a new Fortnite. Presumably, if Epic Games were to ever take Fortnite down, then they'd be working on something else to replace Fortnite, as it is without a doubt their biggest moneymaker. To be fair, Donald Mustard and the head honchos at Epic Games probably already have enough money to last a whole lifetime. But in the sense of leaving a larger legacy than just Fortnite, Epic would definitely want to create something else that could be compared to it. And that is where Fortnite 2 could come into play. We've speculated a lot about Fortnite 2, other people have as well, and honestly it would make the most sense for Fortnite 2 to come out if there was no longer a Fortnite 1. That way you wouldn't have players splitting their time between the two games, and you could instead have one larger player base on just one game, which ultimately looks a lot better in the eyes of shareholders. Number 5. Epic Games could get sued. Now, the buyable items in Fortnite Battle Royale are some of the biggest attractions the game has to offer. Things like the skins in the item shop, the various bundles that come to the store, and the limited time items like the Stormtrooper or Avengers skins. Those are all the big moneymakers, and tons of people have spent money on those items. But if Fortnite were to disappear one day, everyone would lose all of their skins, all of their V-Bucks, and all the value in their accounts that they could have spent years building up. And some people would absolutely turn to suing Epic for taking all of those things away. Number 6. Other Battle Royale games would skyrocket. The Battle Royale genre has exploded in the time since Fortnite Battle Royale started taking over the world, and thus if Fortnite were to ever disappear, there would likely be another game that comes and replaces it. Whether that be Apex Legends, another Call of Duty Battle Royale, maybe H1Z1 makes a comeback, PUBG jumps in there, it could honestly be anything, but there's pretty much always going to be a new Fortnite from here on out, even after Fortnite is all done and over with. And it's really only a matter of time until we see what the next Fortnite-esque game could be. Number 7. The bunker mystery would never be solved. Epic loves their Easter eggs, we all know that by now, and one of the things that everyone has wondered about for seasons on end now is why the bunkers are on the map and what exactly they're for. On the OG Fortnite island we had the Wailing Woods bunker, then we saw the bunker appear in the iceberg biome off the side of the map. And then here on the Apollo Island we have 2 more bunkers, one by Retail Row and another out in the ocean. Yet we have absolutely no idea why any of them are on the map or what they're supposed to do. And of course, if Fortnite ended tomorrow, we'd never have any clarity on why those bunkers even exist in the first place. Number 8. We'd get a massive goodbye event. Fortnite Battle Royale and events go hand in hand with one another now, which is why I'd like to think that before Fortnite would come to a close, Epic would host one massive goodbye event, a real The End event this time around where it really is, for the last time, the end of Fortnite as we know it. We all know Epic has raised the bar higher and higher with the events, so I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if they pulled an event where at the end of it, it literally force closes your game and you just can't reopen it. Alright, I would be a little surprised, but if this happens, you all have to come back to this video and drop a like. Number 9. Parents would rejoice. There is no denying that there are plenty of people out there who don't like Fortnite Battle Royale and would actually be happy if it were to disappear. And I'd venture as far as saying most of those people are parents or family members of people who play Fortnite a little too much. So for the game to abruptly end, yeah, that'd be like music to their ears. Number 10. Epic will have officially gone crazy. Fortnite is something special, I think everyone, including Epic, knows that. And so if they were ever to actually delete Fortnite and just not replace it and actually remove it from existence entirely, Epic would be completely crazy. This game is a cash cow. It feeds them money day in and day out. It gets new players every single day. It is a monster that is almost too big for its own good. And even if Epic were to stop updating the game, people would still play it. People would still buy the skins and whatnot, and there would still be an active audience there. But of course, if the servers are offline, that can't happen and they're basically throwing away money at that point. So now that we've talked about the various things that could happen if Fortnite were to shut down today and be done forever, what would you end up doing if the game just disappeared one day? Be sure to drop your thoughts down in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed the video, let us know by dropping a like rating on it, giving it a big old thumbs up, as it would be much appreciated. And of course, if you are new here to the channel and you like what you see, feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on. That way you'll always know when a new video goes live. With all of that being said, that is effectively going to wrap things up for now. So thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and we'll see you guys on the battle bus. Peace out.